family to a juicy, tender, flavorful, boneless prime rib roast, the undisputed champion cuts of beef, typically only enjoyed at a five-star restaurant that costs you an arm and a leg, or at big events like weddings, because that's the only time that I remember eating prime rib, when I would go to the big weddings in my family. But now we can all have this beautiful cut of beef, this black Angus Reserve boneless prime rib, and we can prepare it easily and without any problems and drama. And now you will have that centerpiece to your holiday table, easy and ready to go. Look at the juices coming out of that prime rib. Now, so far today, since midnight, over 24,600 of these have been ordered, and in this show alone, over 3,200. We are now over half gone of our total quantities, and you do have your option of the October 7th ship date. So yes, for holiday parties or celebrations or birthdays, right? Now we have November 11th, just in time for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. December 9th will be perfect for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve. Now December 9th is the most popular, especially in the 6-pound option, because you do have your option of whether you would like the 6-pound, which will serve around 10 to 12 people, or the 4-pound, which will serve around 6 to 8 people. 5 easy payments of $24, and for the 6-pound, 5 easy payments of $32. If you have tried the Rastelli's prime rib in the past, please give us a call and share your story. We would love to hear from you. 800-395-1601. And now, I know that this seems intimidating because it's intimidating to me. Prime rib? You want me to make prime rib myself in my home? No way. This is only out at the restaurants. This is only at the... Well, now we have the 5-star quality beef ready to come to our homes, and the instructions to do it, and we don't have to break a sweat. And for all of that, Mr. Ray Rastelli is going to take us through the steps. Ray, this has been such a treat for us. Everybody in this building, by the way, guys, I know everybody's wondering what's going on with all of the roasts that everyone is eating
people, yes,
like kings in this building today. So thank you for that, Ray. But now tell us how easy it is, and tell us all about this black Angus prime rib.
Yeah, so it's not like most prime ribs, and the reason I say that is because not only is it black Angus, but it's part of our reserve collection. And the reserve collection, Rosina, means that only 4% of the cattle that we actually bring in qualify for this kind of quality of roast. So the prime rib is by far the most rich of all steaks that you're going to get, or all roasts that you're going to get. And what you're going to see is that you don't have to be intimidated about making a prime rib. I mean, everyone loves to go out to a great steakhouse and get a prime rib dinner. We all know what that costs to do that, right? So can you do it at home just as well, or not, if not better? I am going to show you very, very quickly how you can do this very easily at home, and how, in fact, this is going to be something that not only can you do, but I'm actually cleaning up the juices, because look at how much this is actually juicing. And this is cooked at a medium to medium rare. This is the 6-pounder. I'm going to easily get 12 slices out of this, 10 to 12 slices. So it's going to feed a lot of people. But just look at the marbling in there. Look at the moisture that's inside of there. That prime rib has, remember, the prime rib has the most amount of marbling in it. And I'm going to show you that when I take you over to the block. But you go out to a great steakhouse and get a prime rib dinner, it's wonderful, and it's because they use the very, very best.
Exactly, and typically they're getting it maybe from you, right?
In a lot of cases they are, and
yes,
the reason this is so special is because I know where it comes from. You can see these pastures, you can see these beautiful cattle. For 45 years, I've worked with these ranchers, so this isn't a mystery meat. This isn't a farmer that you have no idea. When you go to a butcher shop or you go to a grocery store to buy it, you have no idea where it is. We do. We've worked with these people for all this time, knowing that not only are the cattle beautiful black Angus, but they're also being fed the right feed, that they're in beautiful natural pastures, that the water they're drinking is clean. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have a steak or you're gonna have a prime rib dinner that's exquisite. And for the holidays, you deserve the best. So this is that reserve
And again,
steak.
that know your source. We always say to them when we talk about the Rastelli meats, right? Especially even the Egg Harbor seafood. It's because we do know our source. And we're so proud to be able to bring this to your family and to our family as well. Now this literally will be the only prime rib TSB of the whole entire year. If you want to reserve this for your holiday table, you could do that right now. You will know that it's on its way to you, whichever date you pick, right? October 7th or November 11th or December 9th. That is when you will be charged for it. But right now, you can start taking off one thing off of your list. This could be sitting right next to the turkey. This could be sitting right next to the ham. Or do a beautiful surf and turf for New Year's Eve, right?
Yes.
You could do it all with this. And really, if you think about these prices, when we just said one prime rib dinner, and I'm going to give you a little baby number, could be like $50.
Easily. Very,
for one
easily.
plate.
And think about it, on that 6-pounder, you're going to feed 10 to 12 people. On the 4-pounder, 6 to 8 people very, very generously. And you talk about tradition. So we use this in my house. It's been a tradition. So the prime rib is at Thanksgiving with a turkey. It's at Christmas with a ham. It's at Easter with a leg of lamb. And on Mother's Day, it is just the star of the show. So we love this prime rib, but I need to show you what I look at as a butcher. This is a prime rib of beef, right? This piece of beef came in from the Midwest. It's black Angus, but we do something really special, Rosina. If you take a look at the marbling inside here, that marbling is what I look at as a butcher. If I don't have that kind of marbling, it's not going to qualify for this quality of rib. This isn't the typical rib you'd buy at a supermarket. They don't carry this, but here's what we do next. We take all the bones and we take all the fat off it, and we age this for 45 days. Now, what is aging? Well, aging is a natural process. It breaks down all the enzymes and the proteins. You will not get that in a supermarket. You will not get that in a grocery store.
Okay.
And you won't get it in most butcher shops. But look at the size of this prime rib. This is the largest prime rib we've ever brought. It's 6 pounds. It's completely boneless from one end to the other. You're going to eat from one end to the other. And I'm going to show you in 3 very simple steps how you take this prime rib and turn it into the most elite, decadent centerpiece for your holiday.
And fully consumable, right?
Yes.
End to end, which is incredible. And when you think about the weight of it, this is boneless, because we could also get a prime rib with the bone in it, which would also make it so much heavier, but not consumable.
That's a great point. So look at this. If I put this back together, you know what this weighs?
Yeah.
This weighs 14 pounds, right? You know what that means? That means there's 6 pounds of edible meat and there's 8 pounds of stuff that we can't do anything but throw out. So why pay for that? This is 6 pounds of beautiful black Angus prime rib that you're going to slice from one end to the other. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. So don't be intimidated. If you ever made your prime rib before and you know how to, you are really good at it, wonderful. But if you don't know how to make the prime rib, I'm going to show you how simple it really is to do that.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into that, I want to show everyone exactly what they're going to be getting. And I want you to pick whether you want the 4-pound, which serves 6 to 8 people, and that's going to be 5 easy payments of $24, or the 6-pound, which serves 10 to 12 people. Now, after you decide that, you're going to tell me, do you want us to send it to you October 7th, November 11th, or December 9th, or maybe 2 of those ship dates, or all 3 of those ship dates, so you are good to go for an early holiday party, for Thanksgiving, and for the holidays, even for New Year's. So since midnight, 25,000 of these have been ordered. That is over half the quantity that we brought in. Now, if you would like the December 9th ship date in the 6-pound, we brought in 13,000. We only have 4,900 remaining. That's our most popular option that we have. Now, also, I want everybody to remember that we have auto delivery. So if you are impressed, because I am very impressed, because I was doing my research. You know that I do my research like a crazy person. The price of this is phenomenal. You know, the price of beef just keeps going up. You can lock this price in for 2 more shipments. So you will get this again in April, so in time for Easter and Passover, and November in time for Thanksgiving again, or April for Mother's Day, like you said, that you would, we love to make something special for Mom. Think about this to the future, because if we do have this, it's not going to be this price probably.
No, and the price of beef continues to go and go and go. So I want to show you in 3 simple steps how to make this prime rib. Now, you're going to get this recipe card. It shows you exactly what to do in 3 steps that takes about 50 seconds. You're also going to get on the back of that a time and temperature chart. That time and temperature chart tells you exactly what you need, how long you need to cook it to get the perfect prime rib. So let me show you step 1.
Okay.
Step 1 we've already done. We've just thawed it out. So that's it. Step 1 is finished.
How do we thaw?
Just take it out of your freezer, in the package it comes in, put it in your refrigerator and let it thaw for about 2 full days.
Okay.
So now I've got my prime rib here and it's thawed out completely. I like to take a knife and just put some score marks in there. And the reason I do that is because we're going to put some butter and seasoning on top, and I like it to actually just melt in. So here's our prime rib that's thawed.
We're getting this butter, by the way.
You're getting this butter. Now, with the 6-pounder, you're getting 2 tubs. I will tell you, you're only going to use 1 on the prime rib, so you're going to have an extra tub of butter to do whatever you would like to do. So you're just going to take this and actually icing it like a cake. And this, my grandkids do this all the time, Ro. So for them, it's good to get them involved in the kitchen, get them involved in cooking, because as an Italian family, as you well know, it gets us around the table, doesn't it?
Yes.
And they feel really good when this prime rib roast comes out to them, and they know they were part of cooking it with Poppy. So that's the first step. That's as simple as that is. You're getting the butter, you put that on top. You're getting the seasoning packet. All I want you to do with the seasoning packet is just open it and go ahead and put that seasoning right on top.
Easy enough?
That's easy enough. Now, little tip, and the tip is right on the card for you. I like to take a cup of water, and I like to take a cup of red wine. I use a Cabernet. Use a wine that you would actually drink, because that's going to help you with the flavoring. Put that in the bottom of the saucepan, right? Be generous with that. Just drop it right in the bottom. Now, that does 2 things. Number 1, when this butter begins to melt down, and it's going to melt through the prime rib, and it's going to melt around it, it's going to melt right into it. If you don't have a liquid on the bottom of your pan, your house is going to begin to smoke. We don't want that. But what really I love doing this for is when this butter melts, it melts into that red wine and it melts into that water, and you're going to see the most incredible au jus. So while I was doing this, all I did was set my oven at 300 degrees. Simple as that, 300 degrees. The 6-pounder is going to take 3 hours to cook. The 4-pounder is going to take 2 hours to cook. Always using a thermometer. So let me show you how simple this is, right? So this is going to go in our oven, and I'll go right here for now.
And this is coming out.
Here's going to come out. So here's one of the things, again, I always recommend, if you have a meat thermometer, right, use it, because it will never fail you. Just stick it right in, and if this is going to cook in 3 hours, what I like to do is at the 2.5-hour mark, I'm going to open the door and I'm going to check it. That's the perfect temperature, a 135 to 140. That's going to give me a medium to medium rare. So I know I'm ready to go. So use that thermometer.
Perfect. Now, by the way, if you don't have a thermometer, we have it for you, K70094. You can pick one up really easily, and that one is one of the gun ones, too. Okay.
Yes. So here's our beautiful prime rib. This is that big 6-pound prime rib, and you can see how big it actually is. But, so I'm going to stick that there. I typically would let that rest for about 10 minutes, but I want to show you what came out of the bottom of the pan. Because what's in the bottom of the pan is all that natural au jus, that butter, garlic herb butter has melted with all of the wine and some of the water that's in there. And I've just created the most incredible au jus that I'm going to be able to pour right over top of my slices if I like au jus. So without doing anything else, you have created something really, really unique for us. But I need to show you what the prime rib is going to look like, because this is really the star of the show, right? A simple slice. And all you need, again, is a knife, an oven, and a thermometer. And look at what you've got.
Wow.
Look at how beautiful that is. Now, this has been resting for about 10 minutes, and that's what I suggest. And even with it resting, I want you to see the amount of... Yes, it's the perfect color, right? And typically people say, well, I can't get that prime rib at home to cook the same way it is at a restaurant. If you follow my 3 simple steps that take about 50 seconds to do, you put it in that oven at 300 degrees and you pull it out at the desired temperature that's on the temperature chart I give you, this is what you're going to get each and every time.
And it's all here on the chart. But also, by the way, and I love this, if you put in this item number into QVC.com, M96526, you will have a special 90-second video of Ray telling you the step-by-step again, because I know I don't want you to say, but I might forget, I'm not sure. Well, it's going to come to you already written, right like this. 1, 2, 3. It's going to give you all of the instructions, whether you got the 4-pound or the 6-pound. So there is no mistakes happening.